Hi, everybody. Mr. Wyatt here again today. Today, we're going to be talking about line plots and analyzing data in those line plots. Okay. Now, yesterday I was wearing a tie. Actually, it's still today when I'm recording this video. That's why I have the same sweater on. But we're going to say yesterday because that was yesterday when you last saw me. I was wearing a tie and I thought, how can I make things more special for you today? Well, today I wore two ties because I care about you and you matter. Okay, so I have two ties on today, doubly special. I guess I care for you even twice as much today as I did yesterday. Anyway, let's talk about line plots. Here I have a line plot, and you'll notice this line plot looks a lot like a bar graph. You could draw a bar over each of these. And anyway, this line plot is showing the number of pets for a bunch of students. If you count all these dots, there are 24 dots here altogether. So let's say 24 students in a class were asked, how many pets do you have? And here are the results. 4 of the students said, well, I don't have any pets, 0. Here there are 6 students that said, oh, I have 1 pet. Here we have 8 students who said they had 2 pets. 4 students said they had 3 pets. And 2 students said they had 4 pets. Okay, so anyway, that's the number of pets that each of the students, each of the 24 students in this class said they have. Now, I want to analyze the data here, okay, and see if I can find the mean, median, mode, and range. Oh, sorry about that. Excuse me. I know I'm kind of messy when I write. It's not easy writing on these screens, he says, making up an excuse as if he isn't always messy. All right, so mean, median, mode, and range. Mode is the number that appears most frequently. When you look at this, what is the most frequent number of pets? Well, this stack is taller than the others. You got to be really careful to make sure all of these are lined up with each other going across horizontally. Otherwise, you won't get good comparisons between these different stacks. But 2 pets was the most common response. So that's my mode, 2, 2 pets. Range should be pretty easy to find also. The high number in the data set is 4. The low number in the data set is 0. And 4 minus 0 equals 4. So we have a range of 4 here between the highest number of pets and the lowest number of pets. Median, now remember there are 24 students who were asked here. So I can start at the low end and count in 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I count from bottom to top in the stack here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Isn't half of 24 12? 11, 12. 12 puts me kind of in this stack here. Let's see if there are 12 beyond that line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are. So my median is 2. And now the mean. That's always the one that takes the most work to solve. I have to add all of these together and then divide by 24. Since there are 24 students who all listed the number of pets they had. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and total each of these stacks. You know, 4 and 4 is 8, right? 3, 6, 9, 12 here. We're counting up the total number of pets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. You know, I could have taken 2 times 8 since there are 8 numbers in this stack. These students all said they have 1 pet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And then we have a bunch of zeros here, which added up would be 0. If you add these together, 8 and 12 is 20, plus 16 is 36, plus 6 is 42. So the total number of pets for this class, collectively they have 42 pets um, divided by the 24 students in that class. So I'm going to divide 42 by 24. 42 divided by 24, I'm using my calculator here, equals 1.75. So we have a mean of 1.75. What that means is the average number of pets is 1.75 pets per student. Now, is it possible for a student to have 75 hundredths of a pet? Oh, I had a full cat, but its tail fell off and one of its legs fell off. So now I only have 75 hundredths or 3/4 of a cat. No, that isn't correct at all. But this is what happens with averages. It doesn't average out to 2 pets per student. It's a little less than that. So about 1.75 pets per student. However, you will notice the mean is pretty close to the median of 2, isn't it? They're pretty close together. So that's my mean, median, mode, and range. Again, the mode was the most easy one to spot because it's the one that appears most frequently in the data set, which is 2. 2 pets is the most common response here. Okay. I actually like the median a lot, or the mode a lot in this example, because if you want to know, what's typical for the number of pets among your students, well, more than not, I mean, they had 2 pets. I mean, that was the most common response. 1 pet was very common also. Having no pets and having 3 pets was equally common. 4 pets, only a couple kids had 4 pets. All right. So that's how you can find the mean, median, mode, and range. Now notice dots were used here. I'm going to show you another example of a line plot that really looks a little more typical, because usually instead of dots, what you'll see are X's that get stacked, making your line plot. Here's an example that has X's. We have hours playing video games per student. These students said they play 1 hour, probably per day on their video games. These kids said they spend 6 hours a day playing video games. Oh my goodness. And mom keeps trying to get them to do the dishes, and they won't because they're busy playing video games with a friend. Oh boy. All right. So, anyway, I'm going to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range for this data set. I didn't talk about outliers yet. When you look at that previous example, was there an outlier? No, there really isn't an outlier. These are all bunched pretty closely together. And in this data set, I really don't see any outliers here either. They're all bunched together. You would recognize an outlier in a graph because you'd have like a gap. If all of a sudden below the 3, there wasn't anybody that spent 2 hours, but it jumped to 1 hour, you might call that an outlier. But anyway, the mode here, what was the most common number of hours spent playing video games per day? Well, it looks like 4. That's the tallest stack. So our mode is 4. That was pretty easy to find, wasn't it? Also easy to find is the range. We have a high number of 6 and a low number of 1, and 6 minus 1 is 5 hours. So we have a range of 5 hours. Next, I'll find the median. All right, median is the one that's in the middle. Okay, so we need to know how many students were being asked how much time they spend playing video games. Let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. We have 30 students here, if you count them all up. And now, to find the median, again, I have an even number of numbers in this data set. So let's cut that in half. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So if I want to find the median, I want 15 below and 15 above. So let's count 15 from the low end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. ends up being in this stack of 4 hours. So if I keep going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 above that line or to the right of it. So the median is in my stack here of 4s. If I listed all these numbers out left to right, I'd have 30 numbers. I'd have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. The 4, the median of the data set would be in that string of 4s. Okay, so my median is 4 in this data set. The mean always takes the most time because you have to add all 30 of these numbers together. And then when you're done, you will divide by 30 since there are 30 numbers altogether in this data set. The easiest way to do this is to find your total for each stack. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 students who play for 6 hours a day on their video games. 7 times 6 is 42. 5 hours a day, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. What's 5 times 6? Well, that's 30. 4 hours a day, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students who said 4 hours a day. 4 times 8 is 32. 3 students said they spend 3 hours a day. So 3 times 3 is 9. 1 student said they spend 2 hours. And 5 students said they spent 1 hour. So that's 5. Now I can add all these together. You can use a calculator for this, but I'll save time and just do it mentally. 42, 72, 104, 113, 115, 120. Okay, so I have 120 hours total, divided by 30 students. That divides really nicely. That's the same as taking 12 and dividing by 3 if you ignore the 0 at the end of each of those. We get a mean of 4. Look, my mean, median, and mode are all the same here. That doesn't always happen. But we have a mean or an average of 4 hours per day spent playing video games for this group of students that was surveyed. Okay, so it's a lot like what we did yesterday, only now you have to kind of glean these numbers by looking at the data here and counting how many of each of those there are represented in the line plot. Okay, so that's it. Good luck on your assignment, and I'll see you tomorrow.